Hi, it's Lisa from A Simple Season. Today I'm going to take you on a tour of my pantry. I live in a 1960s house and my pantry is in a tiny little room in my basement under my front stairs. It's a little spooky, but if we go down together, I'll be okay. So this is my pantry. I live in a mid-century home and we have a little tiny room in behind our furnace. And so it is just your classic old-fashioned cool room. It's not very big, but I've really tried to maximize the space in here as best I can. So I'll take you on a little tour and show you what I've got. So starting at the bottom, I put down some mats because this is a cement floor, so it just kind of keeps the floor just a little bit warmer and not quite so stark cold. But at the bottom here, I have just a tub that has pasta in it. And then here are some meats that I've pressure canned, mostly chicken and ground beef. And then here I just have like cornmeal. I've actually got a flashlight here with me. I'm not sure if it will help. Oh, there we go. Cornmeal, and then I got some dried beans in behind, some coconut oil, and then I've got some olive oil over here. So as you can see, I take my olive oil pretty seriously because I do go through a lot of it. And then in this section here, I've just got some canned beans, some corned beef, and then here I've got, it looks like powdered milk, and these are just powdered eggs. So, and I like to keep those just in case of emergency if I want to just do some baking and I don't have eggs, or I don't have anything that I can use to replace eggs, I'll keep some powdered eggs on hand. And then I've got some whole oats here, and this is just a soup mix that I picked up. And then here, more olive oil. I've got some chili and some oatmeal packets. I've got jams. I've got pickles, some canned veggies. These are clams, which are awesome to have with linguine. I love linguine with clams, so we do keep those on hand. And over here, I've just got some spices and some salt. And over here is where I store my sugar. So what I will say about this is these are plastic containers. So I try not to ever store my sugar in glass because what will happen, and I'm just going to see if I can show you here, is what will happen, especially in a cool, dry place. Oh, this is heavy. Your sugar, you can, I don't know if you can see there, but it's kind of starting to lump up. So what I do is like every couple of months, I'll come in here and I'll just kind of give this a shake to loosen it up because it will go hard. So the reason I store it in plastic is that if I ever have to break the plastic to get to the sugar, I can do that and I don't have to do it with a glass jar. So you can see I've taken some molasses here and I've put it in this glass container. This was like a juice container and I took it out of the Tetra Pak that it came in and I packaged it up in this glass jar. And if you package molasses up like this, it will stay good for years. Like I put 2026 on here, but I bet you it'll last a lot longer. And I have a little stash of olives over here. And then here I have some baking supplies, some hot chocolate, some honey. I've got shelf-stable milk in behind there. And I've got a few containers of nuts, some packages of rice. And I have a few different kinds of drinks in here. I've got some Hershey's cocoa powder. And then in this section here, you can see it's kind of messy, but it's a little kind of a chocolate stash and my family is always in there digging around. And I have cookie mixes and cake mixes here. And then I've got some artichoke hearts and some pickles in behind. And then some soy sauce and some stovetop stuffing mixes. And then these jars in behind, this is all rice that's packaged up in mason jars. And then down here, I've got a few jugs of just plain white vinegar, which I use a lot. And then in these little jars here, these are chocolate chips that I've packaged up in mason jars. And then I also have a few bags of pet food, some tuna and olive oil. In those jugs and behind, those are potato flakes. And I've got some more drinks and some flour down here. And then just some Uncle Ben's rice packets. And then I've got another big jar of olives in behind. And then this is also where I keep my potatoes as well. I also keep a thermometer down here so you can see what the temperature is. And I don't know if you can see it with the light, but it is sitting at 52 degrees, which is just perfect. And it stays cool in here all year round. We had a heat wave last summer where it got up to about 37 degrees Celsius. I'm not sure what that is Fahrenheit, but I think it's around 100 degrees. And it didn't get any hotter than 70 in here. So this is such a great spot. And in behind the door here, there's also a little bit of space. So I've just got a few cases of canned vegetables, and I have some chickpeas, and then a little stash of toilet paper there as well. And in this box down here, we just keep things like potato chips and just kind of easy snacks to grab if my family wants to watch a movie and they want to grab something. And here I just have another little shelf that my husband built for me that I like to call my little Mediterranean deli. So in here I just have some eggplants and oil, and I also make these, and how we use these in Italy is we use them for sandwiches or on crackers, and you can put in your meat and cheese and whatever else. It's so good. And then here I have more olives, more pickles. And these are mushrooms marinated in oil, and I also make these, but sometimes it can be good to buy them too. And here I have some capers, some antipasto, I've got some marinated beets here. And this is passata, or strained tomatoes, and this is what I use when I want to make like a really authentic Italian tomato sauce. And then here I have some fire roasted peppers and some dried figs. And I also have some stuffed vine leaves here. So what these are is these are grape leaves that are stuffed with rice and flavored with lemon. They're really good. So that was my pantry tour for today, and thank you again so much for stopping by and seeing me, and we'll see you next time.